Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here again for our next match. I am Indrid, and I am joined by the wonderful Winners with a One. Winners, what's going on?
So much, man. Everything in human history, I think, has led to this epic moment here at the Cosmopolitan in beautiful downtown Las Vegas on the Strip as we're here for the IPL 5 Shootmania tournament. And big money on the line, good teams playing, and these two that we're about to see, I'm looking forward to watching this matchup.
Oh, man, I am so excited. Epsilon played earlier today, and XP3 in the 3 maps combined, I believe, only lost 2 offensive rounds that he took. He had something like 6 or 7 offensive rounds combined for his attacking. So, I mean, that is just amazing. That is such a high percent. So we'll see if he's going to be able to keep it going. I believe that was against SK Gaming. They are now going to be playing Colwn, which Colwn may be the favorite to win this. They did win the ESWC.
Yes, and many of the people we talked to are picking them as favorites to go all the way. Quiet, determined, focused. These are words that I would use to describe this Colwn team. They got that kind of Gallic swag, you know. They're chilled about it. I talked to one of these cats, I believe it was AKM, and you know, I asked him what they were doing, you know, in Las Vegas, and they got to sample any of the nightlife or anything like that. And he was like, you know, there's time for that after this is over. They are, you know, laser-like focus on what's in front of them here. And so that's bad news for the rest of these guys. They're not going to catch them napping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they are here to win. If you watch them and you see them at all, I mean, even after they take an offensive round, they are just stoic. They are here to compete and be there. And not to say it's good or bad, but Epsilon has a little bit of a different approach. We've seen a lot of excitement here from them when they get those rounds here. So we should be jumping in here any moment.
Yes, we should. And I want to remind people that we are doing, if you go to IGN.com, if you see those numbers up there, you can pick who you think will win this round. And right now it's 55 to 45, 56. Look at it jumping up. It's going up to 57 now as the points increase. Are we casting the
Yeah, we need to cast the games here. Yeah, we're in Vegas here though, so you know sometimes those things are really important.
I think they actually have wagering on these games too, like you can virtual IGN bucks or something. In-game, yes. Not real money, because we're still kind of weird about that in America. I don't know. We're working on it. But yes, you can go to IGN.com and participate in all this stuff. And also you can see all this stuff all weekend in beautiful high-definition 720p for free. So courtesy of IPL 5, IGN.com, and all the good sponsors here that you've seen the mini commercials for. They're making this possible.
Yes, and Colwn trying to make the first offensive round possible here does get the final pickoff, as the only hit came from that rail pad, which we don't see used very often on this map. We'll see if they continue to try it. And now XP3 going to be on the offense, which we said earlier has just been an absolute behemoth in the offensive round. So we'll see if they'll be able to respond here against this European team.
That's a good word for it, behemoth. As let's see which route he decides to take. Yeah, this is a map we haven't seen quite as much, so it's nice to see it come into play here as XP3 doesn't quite. Oh wow, look at AKM again with a 1-2-3 triple tap in midair. He was doing this in the game we watched earlier, man, and taking it where he picked up there. And wow, defensively just getting it done. And here comes Wins to try to add to that. They're already up 2-0 here early on in this first round.
We talked about this earlier about how swarming the European scene is whenever they get an advantage, whether that be your laser on recharge, whether that be you just took a hit, and we saw it there. He comes rushing in, gets the 3 hits, and gives his team the first defensive round. And good pickoff, though, by Wins is going to be able to kill kills, and exchanges there with XP3. Another long-range hit there from Gods, and now going to be going 1 versus 1 as Wins up on the, some players call it the toilet paper, as it's that ring up there. So Wins now going to be coming over, just missing that shot on the Gods, and now rushing him down, gets the final hit, and Epsilon will pull within 1. So 2-1 here. Colwn still in the lead, and now Gil's going to be on the offense. Will he be able to tie it up early? I'm sure Epsilon will be very happy to have that happen.
A couple of really strong individual defensive efforts in those last 2 rounds from Godson and AKM. Yeah, we'll see how Gills does. Wins with an early shot on him. Take him down to 2 armors now. And so he's going to pause here and try to line somebody up before he makes his move. And oh, wow, but before he can again, AKM. What? The double tap again. Yeah. And makes it 3-1. Colwn starting to try to pull ahead here. And now here's the veteran, Sturmy, on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some really strong attack rounds here out of Sturmy, and he's going to show us his magic here, I'm sure. And again, we talked about this just last round. That defense gets such high pressure. Will Epsilon be able to adjust here or not? We'll see. But Colwn looking very adept here on this map, just narrowly avoiding that shot. And here comes the swarm from the North Americans. XP3 and Gills both getting a hit. And now with 1 armor left, Sturmy's going to try to get a pick off if possible. Not able to. Gets the shot there as XP3 comes swooping in. Now Godson trying to get that hit. Going to rotate back. Sturmy falling back is going to drop down as they saw that and will not be able to get any exchange quite yet. We'll see how the defense ends up setting up as Sturmy going to try to reapproach here and moving it slow, which I think is wise. The pole now alive, 15 seconds left. He's got 10 seconds to get in there. Exchanges with Godson. However, that ended up being his last armor. So 3-2, Epsilon still trailing by 1. Will Godson be able to tie it up again? You want to get that early offensive point, take the pressure off your team, and really start putting the fight here back to Colwn. But Colwn, a monster on defense, is going to be trying to bring it to 4-2.
And you really want to try to clear that defense away from that pole area, because on this map it's so claustrophobic. There's nowhere to run once you get inside there. And Sturmy was trying to get that jump shot. You see Godson we're trying to work a similar position there for a second before he decides to move on. And oh, what a shot there onto AKM. That's going to give him a little bit of breathing room here. He doesn't have to worry about AKM putting more of those defensive rockets on him. And he's in a pretty good position here. Again, you want to try to line at least that's going to help him out a little bit too as he takes wins out and mid-air onto Sturmy, and Godson ties this thing up with a very nice individual offensive effort there, and we are at 3-2-3.
We do hear the crowd erupt there a little bit with that offensive point. Obviously, a few more North Americans here than Europeans, so it tends to be a little bit more supportive of the North American side.
It's esports, man.
Colwn, AKM, going to be on the offense now. Been playing huge defense. We'll see if he's going to be able to make that railgun end up going for him, or the laser as it's called in Shootmania, and a lot of pressure being put on him. He's able to break through for the most part though, gets the hit, and now Godson comes swooping in, gets a second pickoff though onto Godson. So XP3 will be the lone defender here for Epsilon. Has got a few really good triple taps. Will he be able to do it? We will see momentarily as he's got 13 seconds before the poll goes live. After the poll goes live, he's got to sit on it for a second and a half or just kill the players. XP3 narrowly avoiding that one, and now AKM gonna try to methodically come in here and break it down. XP3 trying to get an early hit, not able to, and now the poll is live. He will be moving in any second. There he goes in, there's a hit though, and to the record, there's a second. Is he gonna be able to get the third? There's a third with 96% left, bringing it 4-3, and Epsilon takes their first lead, and now XP3 will be on the offense. Let's see if he'll be able to respond. Took 3 quick hits and was taken out on his last one. Good luck to XP3. Good luck to Colwn here on the defense.
I believe it was Josh that pointed out the other day, it takes, 1.5 seconds to get to the 100%. And when you're talking about 90%, that's, if my math is correct, and I had a Texas education, so I'm not sure, but that's a minuscule fraction of a second to work with there. And XP3 already down in armor here as Colwn is taking that left side very seriously. That little corridor, that little passageway, that's a difficult position to take. Wow, nice shot onto Wins to take them down. That's 2 defenders and 2 armors now. As time ticks down, the pole is going to be open for capture. Here comes XP3 coming in. Got an armor hit on him now, taking him down. AKM again with a shot. They are surrounding him and keeping it. Wow, what a nice shot onto AKM to keep him out of the way. And now he's going to have to go for the. He doesn't need it though. He takes out Sturmy, and again XP3 with a nice offensive play, and they pull ahead. 5-3 now. Things are looking very interesting now as Wins steps in for Colwn.
Back-to-back offensive rounds. Let's see how that ends up affecting our online poll. Currently, it's 48% expect Epsilon to take it, 52% to take Colwn. If you want to partake in our online poll, be sure to go to IGN.com, guys, and you'll be able to vote right next to the stream. So check it out and partake in the growth.
You said partake in our online poll.
Sometimes I wonder about you, winners. Something that always ends up happening here. But Wynn's going to be on the offense. Will he be able to strike here as they are down an offensive round? Takes an early hit there from XP3. XP3 really starting to shine here, warmed up. Gills gets a long-range shot there in the rocket. Going to be working his way in and around the corner. Ends up going 6-3, and it's going to be 2 points, offensive points to 1 currently. And so 6 defensive points for AKM and 6 for XP3. So will they be able to respond here on the defense? They need to get a point here soon. Epsilon is just rolling with this momentum and looking very, very good.
Yeah, and that might be surprising to a lot of people, but Epsilon, always a strong team. But yeah, we are seeing the evolution of the game right in front of us here as all of these international flavors are starting to meld together, like that Neapolitan ice cream, you know, with the 3 different flavors in it.
Yeah.
Take it down to 2 armors now as Wins gets a shot onto Gills, as he's still got all 3 defenders to deal with, looking for an advantage here to try to use that jump shot to get somebody and stay out of their way in the meantime, but he doesn't stay out of Wins' way. Another hit comes in, 1 armor left as the pole is about to be open. They are chasing him from the back, and he just tries to run past them, but Sturmy is not going to allow that, and they're keeping it fairly close here, 6-4, and now Sturmy will take the railgun for Colwn.
Colwn showing a little bit more respect here for the North American side. They played very passive that last defensive round. So I don't know if they were expecting this or not from Epsilon. Epsilon did make it to ESWC, and so they have seen them play. But we'll see how these next maps unfold, and if they are, and we're going to see this current map unfold. So Sturmy just narrowly avoiding that shot, couldn't jump up, use that metal wall for a little bit of protection. Now comes over, not able to get the angle on XP3. Good double tap for Godson, ends up getting taken out for it, but you will always take a 2-for-1. XP3 with a predictive rocket, gets that last hit, and is going to be up by 3 rounds currently. Godson on the attack had an amazing offensive round here earlier, so we'll see if he's going to be able to make it a double tap.
I was seeing if that made the numbers change any on this poll. Colwyn's still at 51% in the hearts and minds of the people, as Godson is going to try to reinforce what they've been doing here with some offensive play. Again, looking for something early. Wins, wow, Wins is getting it done on defense too for Colwyn. These guys really have some strong rocket play, and it comes out round after round here. Godson looking for a shot, doesn't quite get it, but Wins again with the 1-2, takes him out, and it is 7-5. They are staying within 2 at all times. They're not going to let it get too far away from them in any case, and here comes AKM.
Yeah, this Colwyn defense is setting up a lot different, and it's really forcing Epsilon to get deep into their territory, and then at that point, they're able to get 2 or 3 different people shooting at them. So it's a good adjustment. I really like what they're doing here, but now they got to get those offensive rails going. If they can't get those offensive rails, unfortunately at this point, they will not be able to come back. So AKM going to try to make it happen with a pretty great jump there around the corner. Not pretty great, that was amazing.
Yes.
And he's going to get that shot and then able to follow up onto XP3. What an amazing shot. Now Gills going to be the lone defender. AKM holding on to a shot around the corner, pulls it within 7-6, and that means 2 offensive points here for AKM, and 1 for XP3, 1 for Godson, and now with this defensive round, they'll be able to tie it up.
And again, we're seeing that momentum shift back and forth. You know, a 6-point round doesn't really do it like a 9-point round. And we'll see how XP3 responds to this. We may be looking at one of those that goes into a little bit of overtime here. You got to win by 2. Just like in volleyball or tennis, or wow, the double tap AKM as I speak. Knocks XP3 back to the toilet paper roll in the center, and he's going to retreat and look for somewhere else to come through. He may be wanting to look at AKM and take him out before he advances any further, because he's really holding him down and keeping him from getting to the pole. Still lots of time on the clock now as we start to tick it down. And is he going to go left? That would be a tricky one to pull with all those 3 guys up there. And they are watching either side, waiting for him to come in. And now the pole cap opens up. He's going to try to get, but before he can, there's Wins with another defensive shot. Let's look how many he's got. 7 so far. And 7 is the number of the game. 7-7 as Wins goes on the attack for Colwyn.
Yeah, so Wins now, like we said, been doing so well on the defense. and might be able to get his laser working here. Tries for a long-range shot, not able to get that hit on the gills way in the back, but gonna try again. Just trying for an early pickoff. You know, you never know. You might get lucky and you'll just be that much farther ahead here in the round, but doesn't end up paying off for him quite yet. We'll see how he breaks through. Takes a hit there from XP3 as he peeks around the corner. Gonna come streaking up, just missing that shot on the gills. Gills now rushing him down, gets the hit, and has to fall back. And there's the rush down from XP3, and wins, unfortunately, not able to make it too deep there into the fortress. And now Gills will be on the offense, 8-7. This could be the opportunity for Epsilon to take the first map from Colwn, our ESWC champions.
Wow, man. And they're really working that defensive push. They're not giving any ground up. Traditionally, I say traditional, a tradition that goes back like weeks and weeks. The North American style is a little bit more that kind of conservative defense. You know, you stay in your positions, you try to spam the choke points with rocket fire, kind of like they're doing here, but there's a certain point where you push forward now and make things happen. We're happy to see that worldwide now, but wow, they don't need it there. AKM comes in with a couple wins with one as well to add to that, and again we're tied, just 1 point more than the last time.
So we will be seeing extra rounds here. Our first map between Epsilon and Colwn, and again, Colwn kind of the favorite to win here. A lot of the teams have said that, and I don't think that's any real new idea. People have kind of said that. Ooh, Sturmy getting a great shot there into the shoulder. At about 4 pixels he could have hit and ends up getting it. So great job by Sturmy. And now going to start trying to pick off this defense. A few rockets coming in, but now the laser is recharged, so they don't want to give up too much. And able to avoid all that fire. That was so close. Sturmy now going to try a different angle of attack. Will he be able to get the one he's looking for? It looked like he was lining up the pole defender there. Takes a hit from Godson as he tried to get a jump shot a little bit better angle, and we'll see now. He's gonna have to slow play this a little bit as the pole now goes live. Now he's gonna have to be a little bit more aggressive as it is 12 seconds left. Gets a pick off onto Godson. He's got 2 armor left, gonna be moving into Gills. Gills not able to get the hit. He's gonna go up 9-8, and Colwn will be on the defense here to give themselves the victory. Will Godson be able to hold on to this and keep his team into this map?
Well, he certainly showed us he can do it before, and he's already got 1 attack point this round. So it's all on Godson right now. If he can get this, he can keep it going for him. If not, the first round, yes, will go to Colwn, and already AKM spotting him and throwing down some rocket fire. 1 hits as he is looking for. There's a nice shot on the winds to take him down. And well, big battle there. AKM does get another shot on him in the process, taking him down to 1 armor. And Godson is going to just take his time here and try to back off and look for somewhere to, but before he can, Sturmy gets him from around the corner there. Some nice rocket fire from all sides, and that's going to do it for this first round. It's a best of 3, but Colwn wins the first.
Yeah, so GGs are coming out. We will be rotating to the next map here shortly. A very, very tight map. I was not expecting that, and that's no disrespect to any of the teams. It was just, again, we've talked about this before. I mean, almost every team has said that they think Colwyn's going to be the team to beat, and Spin Move was close with them. Now Epsilon's close with them, and showing that the North Americans can compete with these Europeans. That was kind of a big debate before because the Europeans were so dominant earlier. So it's very good to see this game continue to evolve and take some roots and some strength here at IPL 5, as we see tons of people here in the room currently giving the game a try. We've had a lot of positive feedback, so we appreciate the support that we've been getting so far. We both really love the game. Again, yes. I'm Indrid, and joined here with Winners by 1. With a 1. With a 1. My apologies.
After all this time.
Yeah, it's getting to me a little bit, the fatigue here. We talked about how Colwn has been so good about staying focused. I, unfortunately, have been having a lot of fun here at the Cosmopolitan.
Unfortunately to the tune of several $100.
I've been lucky.
Blackjack, it's a good game to play. And we're going to be playing more Shootmania when we come back right after this.
Be sure to stick around, guys.